Hey, this is Matt. Welcome to another episode on Unbearable 73. This episode we'll be going over the trailer for Justified City Primeval. So let's get right into it. First, a brief background on what Justified was, so you have an idea what this is. I'm going to use the Wikipedia page for reference here. I have a whole bunch of links below in the description for Justified and Justified City Primeval if you want to do some research as well as to this trailer. So, Justified, the TV series, of course, premiered in 2010. It's what it's called, like a neo-western or a modern western, or So basically, it's a western style TV show, but takes place in the modern times. Okay, now what does that entail? Westerns have shootouts. They have that grim. The hero's a little grim, but it's going to come down to him versus the bad guy, right? And in the olden days, you could have them do shootouts and not worry about the consequences for law enforcement because it was the olden days. Well, in the modern era, question is, how do they balance out, the fact that the Western heroes and the bad guys have to have shootouts, when the fact that we have modern cops who arrest everyone for just wildly shooting things out? Well, in part, you have one of your Western heroes is Raylan Givens, U.S. Marshal. Now, Raylan Givens is played by Timothy Oliphant. It's based on books by Elmore Leonard. Okay, as it says here, Fire in a Hole was the basis of the original Justified TV show. It had a great cast, it had great writing. It was, I believe, it was six seasons. The first and second season was great. The third or fourth season, they did a little subverting your expectations, so I wasn't too happy with how it ended. But so I kind of stopped watching till the fifth season, but then went back and watched through the fourth season and the fifth and sixth. Enjoyed it through the end. Right? It was, but seasons 3 through 6 were not as good as seasons 1 and 2. But they're still really good. Right? And it concluded the series. There was a story. It opens up basically with Raylan being basically a cowboy who shoots a bad guy. I'll keep it without explaining it. And even though he didn't technically break the law, he kind of broke what they would consider the modern ethics of the law. So to punish him, they sent him back to his home to be a marshal in his home county of Harlan. Okay, and I'll also link to the soundtrack for this album below. It's just great. Okay, by the way, for the TV show, and it's basically an arc of what Raylan does back in his hometown while he's sort of like he was sent out to pasture. Like he wasn't good for the media. They were hoping he would just go away, type of stuff. And at the end, he goes. Something happens, and his arc there concluded is the best way to put it, right? So when Justified got canceled, but it concluded. It didn't just get canceled after it was concluded, right? So then, fast forward to 2022 rather, and I hear they're making Justified City Primeval, right? So, again, starring Timothy Oliphant, but I'm not sure if any of the same cast of characters are in there, because it takes place in Detroit. It's based on City Primeval, High Noon in Detroit by Elmore Leonard. I'm hoping to get some people back, like Nick Searcy. He was a great character, but I think he retired technically as a marshal, his character. We'll see how it goes, okay? But in this modern era of woke crap and bait and switch where they have the male characters basically seeming like they're the lead and then having female characters take over, I don't know. I'm just hoping that Justified remains Justified because it had strong female characters. It had them. Villains and heroes, okay? So, in any case, let's get into the actual trailer. Now, you guys will not hear sound. You will see subtitles. I don't want to. I'm too small a channel to get copyright struck. So, meaning that I don't, so let's give them the like, of course. I'm hoping I like this, okay? Although this is more like a teaser trailer than a full trailer. July 18th. This is on Hulu. Okay, so we got a little bit of a teaser, man. Not too much. Okay, so let's go back to one little point. Right here, I would have had that bus driver played by Nick Searcy, who retired from the marshal and then decided to become a bus driver, and just as a little in joke, right? So this teaser doesn't give you much of an idea about what they're going to do with the show, right? So let's look at an article from Dark Horizon and see if they tell us anything. So FX, it's on FX by the way, announced, FX and Hulu. I guess FX isn't a channel anymore, whatever. It's going to premiere on July 18th, so it has to be pretty close to in the can, right? It's a limited series, so it's just a single. It looks like it's just going to be a one season follow up, which I'm okay with. Okay. In addition, a new trailer for the series has been released and can be seen below, dubbed an extension of the universe. So it's kind of like an unofficial season 7. Okay. Oliphant's Raylan is bound to life as a marshal and a part-time father of 14-year-old Willow, who's his daughter. She was a baby in the previous show. A chance encounter on Far Highway sends him to Detroit, where he crosses paths with a violent sociopath, Clement Marshall, who's played by Boyd Holbrook, aka the Oklahoma Wildman, who has successfully evaded authorities. The new series hails from showrunners Dave Andron and Michael Dinner, who executive produced alongside Oliphant, Graham Yost, Sarah Tiberman, Carl Beverly, Taylor Elmore, and Chris Pavrenzo. Anjani Ellis, Adelaide Clemens, Vondi Curtis Hall, Myron Ireland, Norbert Leo Butts, Victor Williams, and Vivian Oliphant star. I'm brilliant. Vivian Oliphant plays the daughter. Okay, so this is a teaser trailer. Okay. Now let's do a quick little Google here. I hate using Google, but let's do it. Justified City Primeval plot. So let's take a. So let's go to this TV Guide. Okay. Article. I'll link to this below. Obviously, it's based on the Elmore Leonard City Primeval. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. It turns out that the novel, while it took place in the Justified universe of the novels, it was not about Raylan Givens. Okay, it started being retrofitted. Okay. So it's set in Detroit. It's being retrofitted to make Givens more of a main character. Givens gets drafted to try and apprehend a dangerous criminal named Clement, the Oklahoma Wildman Mansell. All he wants to do is take his daughter on a nice road trip. So we need to find out. Okay, before we get too far on this, let's look at the novel. Let's go to the Wikipedia for the novel. Okay. So So it looks like the original novel takes place, and this is about the novel, in Detroit, and tells the story of a seriously crazed Oklahoma wild man, Clement Marshall Mansell, who knows how easy it is to get away with murder, thanks to some nifty courtroom moves by his beautiful, tough-as-nails lawyer, Carolyn Wilder. But now this killer's senseless execution of a crooked Milltown judge has inflamed the ire of homicide detective Raymond Cruz, a good cop who believes in old-fashioned justice. When Mansell tries to extort money from the Albanian Skender Ludgergarad, Cruz is about to let Mansell through the legal system a second time. Either of them is maneuvering the cycle into a wild Midwest showdown. Only one of them is going to walk away from. Okay, so it looks like this Cruz guy is in the novel. He's the main character, and it looks like they're basically putting Givens in. They're probably going to have Givens. Let's look at the cast. Let's go back to the. So I don't see this Cruz character in the show. Okay, and Man, you know, this guy had better be in the show. Let's look at the IMDb. They have more stuff. Okay, let's go to the stars. They don't have the original character in this at all. They're just translating it to be about. This is not a good idea. I'm going to enjoy this either way, but this is a case. They're going to go after this show they're going to go after this show for erasing the main character is a Latino guy, and they're making it. They're going to go after this show. I don't care. I'll watch it. But. That's funny. It's not how you can predict this. It should be how much you want to enjoy something like season 7 of Justified, but it's all about how people are going to react to it. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think that the woke NPCs are going to go overboard with the fact that we have Raylan Givens replacing Detective Cruz in this, right? Do you think they're going to, or do you think that us Justified fans are going to be able to just enjoy this for what it is? It might have been interesting to see both the characters in there and maybe get a spin-off with Cruz being a cowboy in Detroit type of thing. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, my name is Matt. This has been a trailer. Let's take one more look at the trailer just in case there was a little more in the teaser. All right. Okay, so it's just him, his hat, the bus. Yeah. He has aged well, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so again, my name is Matt. This has been Unbearable 773 trailer reaction and review. Have a nice day, and I am out of here. Comment down below if you have any questions or whatever. And are you interested in Justified its return or not? Well, let me know.